Are you looking for ways to help your employees post onto social? Well, the best way I've found is to implement an employee brand advocacy program, and here's what it is. An employee brand advocacy program is doing more than just saying to your staff, hey, post more for us. It's about empowering your employees and not asking them to go and create their own stuff using Canva or stock, but giving them company-approved on-brand messaging that they're able to share with confidence whenever they need to. It's about providing training so that people know where the limits are of what they should and shouldn't be posting, and also giving them a content library where they're able to go and take resources and post. Now, this content library should be signed off by you, so you know you're providing your team with all of the content that they can post that is on brand and on message. That allows your team to post confidently and also means that they can keep within the realms of what you're hoping the company brand message will be. So why would you want to implement an employee brand advocacy program? It drives qualified leads. It increases brand awareness. It actually improves employee performance. And you maintain control over your brand message. We've all seen when scrolling through LinkedIn how you do not see company pages. I must follow 100+ company pages and I rarely actually see them in the feed. What do I see? People's personal profiles. Now that's the reason that an employee brand advocacy program is so powerful. Each person within your business will have their own following, and the LinkedIn algorithm is specifically built to make sure it promotes those people to get out there. Now there's only 1% of active users on LinkedIn who are actually posting. So giving your team the actual resources they need to be able to post allows them to be one of that top 1% very, very quickly. An employee brand advocacy program can seem like something that's very easy to implement if you have a small team. Pick 2 people in the business and provide them all the resources and everything they need. So surely this is something that big businesses aren't even going to look at. And I can understand why you don't think maybe your business should invest in it either. Well, over the last 2 years, that has completely flipped, and we've seen some of the biggest businesses in the world start to invest in their employees and actually giving them what they need to be able to be brand advocates for their businesses. By allowing your employees to become big fish in their particular small ponds means the company's reach expands exponentially, and you can actually start speaking to markets that you may never have touched before. So let's talk about how content can be used for lead generation. If we use the example of a cold call versus release onto social, we can kind of see those metrics and where they hold up against each other. When I used to work in cold calling, I'd be targeted with making 200 or 300 phone calls a day, and of those 300 phone calls to have 10 or 15 proper conversations, which would be based on, say, a 5-minute call time. Now, the difference is between, say, cold calling there and content release is releasing a video could be viewed by 1,000 people in a day. I'd never be able to make 1,000 cold calls in a day. However, 1,000 views means that people have actually seen a video for 3 seconds and had at least 50% of that video on their screen to count as a view. Now, if we compare that to cold calling, my 1,000 phone calls, which I could never make, are only me calling a number and probably people aren't picking up for what, 70, 80% of those phone calls. So as you can see there, just posting a video out allows people to actually have seen your name, seen what you do, even if only for 3 seconds. Well, what it also means is that the next time someone sees a piece of content, your name's already in their head. Whereas on a cold call, I may have called your number 5 times, you haven't picked up, you don't know who called, you've just seen a missed call pop up on your phone. We all know the best place to see success in marketing is through consistency. You have to post regularly so people are seeing you on a regular basis and you're getting in their minds. Now, the mistake a lot of businesses make when they tell their team to start posting is simply that. They just say start posting and somehow assume that their employees are going to be able to be consistent and on message. For me, that just doesn't make sense. We wouldn't suggest that in any other type of business, to just say, hey, just do this extra thing without any training, without any resources, and expect people to do well. Do you trust your team? Do you trust them to, carry the company line and not say something which is going to affect you? So how can you implement an employee brand advocacy program within your business? Firstly, you need to communicate to your team what the goals are. You can't just tell people to go out and start posting and hope that they're going to achieve what you want them to achieve. That needs to be filtered down from senior management all the way through the company to say, like, we are trying to achieve this. We want to do this. So when you're posting, have this in mind, and it's going to take us in this route. After explaining to your team what you're trying to achieve, the next thing that you have to do is provide comprehensive training on how to achieve that. It's not enough just to say to your team to start posting and hoping they do a great job. That's probably going to set them up to fail. What you need to do is provide them with the knowledge of how to see success when posting, when to post, how often to post, what to say, to use hashtags, what types of media to use, how to respond. Now, all of that really isn't that much to learn. However, without providing comprehensive training on how people can see success, you won't see success. Finally, after explaining to your team what they're trying to achieve and giving them training on how to achieve it, you still can't expect them to go out and just have success. Creating a content library consisting of different types of video, design, and audio media that any of the employee brand advocates can dip into and take from at any time is the way they're going to be able to be consistent in their posting. Sure, everyone can put together 20 written posts and post out every working day throughout the month. However, where you see success is actually mixing up the media. An image, a video, a text post. That way you're speaking to all the different people in your network of what actually relates to them. Video is the thing that I use to find the messages out because I get lost reading text posts. Whereas I know other people in our business are brilliant and love to read more than video. So for that reason, provide your team with blog content, video content, design content, audio content, however much content you can create, which is on brand and on message, and then give them that content so they can post onto their personal profiles and actually give that content the reach it really does deserve. So my last thoughts on any businesses out there still thinking that the employee brand advocacy program isn't for them usually comes down to a matter of trust. Do you trust your team? Because if you do, then allow them to post onto social. But if you don't, take away their email, take away their phone, take away any written correspondence they can send. You're already allowing them to speak to the outside world as an advocate for your business. So why not lean into that and allow them to do the same thing on social and show your people off for the experts that you know they are.